Welcome back to Alluring Fishing. Today's video is all about bream on lures. Now, I haven't done a video on bream before, and it's not a species that I've really concentrated on targeting, but I've become more interested in catching bream because they tend to fight quite hard and they're a lot of fun to catch. I don't eat them, and as people that have watched this channel before will know, I don't generally eat the fish that I catch. It's purely for sport. I don't know if the fish enjoy being part of the sport, but they're going to be eaten by something. So while, my point of view is we can have a bit of recreation and have a bit of fun, and the fish gets to be put back into the water and we just take photos. So today's video is just talking about what I've experienced myself in catching bream and how to do it on lures, and that's a combination of diving lures, plastics, and surface lures. So I've combined all of that into one. Some of my other videos are just based on hard bodies, but I found that there's a lot of different ways to catch bream, and you don't need to be sort of focusing on one specific type of lure. You need to be a little bit flexible, and the ones that I've probably caught the most on would be the Daiwa Topwater lures, and also the Daiwa diving lures, and then the squidgy soft plastics would be up there as well, just a little bit more fiddly to use. So I'll start off with my most favorite bream lure, which is actually the 75mm. So the bream normally go for smaller lures, but this Daiwa double clutch in the brown suji prawn color is a 75mm. I've caught my best bream on this. It was a huge thing. I don't know what size it was. I didn't measure it. I tend not to even bother to measure the fish, but I know that I didn't even think it was a bream. I thought it was something else. A massive fish, and unfortunately the fish died because he swallowed the lure. It was that big, and I kind of wanted my lure back and ended up giving the fish to a homeless guy. But yeah, so that's my biggest bream was caught on that, the 75mm Daiwa double clutch. Probably my next favorite, this is a Rapala ultralight. I think this is a 60. Really good lure. This one I believe is an Australian only color, very light. Not a lure that I see a lot in the shops. I picked these up at BCF a while back, and if you look closely at that one, I mean, he's been eaten to pieces. There's really very little left of this lure, but still works. I've had to change the hooks out a few times and keep it going, but it's a very durable lure. Been eaten by a lot of this has caught a lot of tailor as well, and still waterproof, doesn't leak, hasn't taken on water yet, still pretty good. The next category I've got here is the Topwaters. The top one is these are Daiwa silver wolves. Top one is the brown suji prawn, then the purple suji prawn, very effective. Then we've got the dartwing from Nomad, a very effective lure as well. And then more of the silver wolves in the green color. This green color is very effective on bream. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that it's kind of see-through or whatever it is. It just resembles something that they go for. So that's a really cool color for bream. And then the other suji prawn color also very effective. All of these Topwater, you just work them walk the dog style. Pretty much these I've been trying to catch whiting and I keep catching bream with these, so we know they work on bream. And I'll move over to the diving ones, and I've had another video which goes into the detail of the double clutch. This is a color that I was really pleased that they made in the 60mm. We previously didn't get this in the 60mm until last year. Probably my favorite lure. This is very effective on whiting as well. Very effective. Most effective whiting lure. The perch color also good. The AU color also popular. This will catch anything, but very good on bream. And then there's the Wagasaki colors, both of them. This is a ghost bait color. I'm not sure if you get this anymore, but very good lure for bream. So the other thing that I'm quite successful catching bream on is squidgies. If there's one color of squidgy that you should really focus on if you're unsure of plastics or you want to get into plastics, 100 ml bloodworm wriggler is pretty much the one that catches a lot of fish. There it is, rigged up with a size 2 hook, and that lure, that plastic will catch bream very easily. It's a very popular color and it catches a lot of fish. Not just bream, it'll catch flathead as well. And quite recently they had these at Aldi for like $5 a packet, which was quite amazing, so I stocked up on them. But normally I think they're a little bit more, and they come with the tube of S Factor as well. So the S Factor is very useful for catching squid as well, so good investment. I don't think Aldi have still got them, but if they have them next year as well, well worth grabbing a few. They're generally a bit cheaper there than at the fishing stores. The next question, which I've put in one of my other videos as well, is a lot of people ask about the clips, and they ask me, you know, do you use clips? Well, obviously they see that I do, but they ask, you know, does the clip make a difference? So this clip comes from China. I bought it off eBay. This box cost me $6, and there's a picture of what it does. Basically a simple swivel based, and it doesn't have line, it takes the line twist out of the whole setup, so you really just can't look past these. A lot of people will say you have to tie the Rapala knot, or you have to tie the loop knot. I definitely disagree with that, because once this thing is hooked into the lure, we got the exact same setup. I'll just show you this quickly. Once this is hooked into the lure, so there's your setup. Now, what people talk about with the Rapala knot is that, you know, the lure has got proper movement. Now, I can't see how this lure doesn't have the exact same movement as a Rapala knot. Once you've got that clip on, it does the exact same thing. So I would say it has the same effect. We just can change our lures out much quicker. So I don't think I will be tying Rapala knots or worrying with that kind of stuff in the future. It's just not worth it. This is much easier. Lastly, or second lastly, the rod. The reel that I'm using is a Stratic CI4. Obviously you want a lightweight setup if you're fishing and casting a lot. It's a 2500, and as you will have seen from my other videos, the knot that I'm using, the FG knot, and that's very effective and very strong. When we're fishing for bream, we obviously want to use a very light leader. I've been using Berkeley Vanish for a long time, 6 pound for bream and for flathead, and I don't find any problem with this. It's extremely strong, it's extremely light, pretty much clear. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. There's obviously a lot of different brands out there, but this one works and works well, so I would stick with that. Stick with what you know. The other thing that we need to do occasionally, especially on the divers, the quality of these hooks is pretty atrocious. This year they've changed them on the other lures, but the 60mm is still got the old crappy hooks. So I just used the owner treble size 14, and as soon as you catch a few fish with the divers, this is obviously a new lure, hasn't been used yet, but as soon as you catch a few fish, you'll find the lures, the hooks break off, and could even be on your first fish. Very, very brittle, and I don't change them straight away. I wait until I've caught something with them, and once they break, then I just replace them with the size 14s are pretty much what you're looking for. So if you're unsure of what to change it to, and you're going into the shop and you're wondering what size is what, that's pretty much all you need to remember, size 14, and that'll be an excellent replacement for the double clutch. There we go. Yeah, if there's comments that you guys want to make, you feel free to leave them. once again, thanks for watching. Hope this has helped you, and certainly hope that you guys will continue to watch and put some suggestions of what you'd like to see, and if there's any other things that I can help with, and go out there and catch some fish.